I found Makerspace to be actually very interesting because I had never heard of it before and none of my teachers ever actually implemented it. So I'm excited to actually try to use this. How can you use your students' interests, motivations, and social connections to develop knowledge about the subject? So I would try to find out what interests them and have them do more research and present their findings to the classroom. For motivations, really just use encouragement and some incentives, extra credit tickets, probably. But I just want to use encouragement and make sure they know my classroom is a safe place for them. I used for the social connections to develop knowledge about the subject. I honestly used to hate group work because I felt like people only pick their friends, so I would not let kids pick their groups. I would pick them for them. I also used to get irritated when people would only talk to their friends instead of doing their work. So that's another reason why I would pick their groups and not let them pick their own groups. I would try to make the kids get out of their comfort zones and with their usual friends as well, because once you're talking to your friends, you kind of agree with everything they're saying instead of forming your own opinion. So it may help them focus on the subject and task at hand, as well as help them talk about their beliefs and opinions on what we are learning. So how can you use the makerspace concepts in the classroom to help teach content? Since I want to teach history, I could make it a long-term history project, like create a poster about what interests my students about history, whether it's a person, place, event, anything, whatever interests them, even if it's not part of the curriculum. I love talking about the Vietnam War. I love talking about conscientious objectors, which is actually going to be my senior thesis project. So stuff like that doesn't always have to do with the curriculum at hand. What skills do you want your learners to develop and why? I want my learners to develop their own voice as well as opinions. I want them to be able to bring facts and opinions to a discussion, and for them to know it is all right to have a different interpretation of what happened in history than another student, because that will help their development and may help them be more active in the classroom. What will you do for the kids who are amazing at making, and what will you do for the kids who think they're terrible? I put these two questions on the same slide because I feel like they kind of have the same answer, which is, I'd use positive reinforcements for both. Continue to encourage and give positive feedback. However, some kids do need more help as well as a push, so incentives do come into play with deadlines. So if you get so much done by this day, you get extra credit on a test or some homework, and that really helps push the kids to do something. Also, I would encourage the kids to communicate with me and try to make them as comfortable as possible, especially if they feel that they're terrible, then at least I have a sense of what's going on and how they're feeling about their project. What's the role of the classroom and the classroom teacher? The role of the classroom teacher is to teach and encourage kids to do their best and push themselves. A teacher needs to be there for their students and provide a safe, judge-free space for the students.